All right, welcome to this lesson in Clone My Business. This is another one of those lessons that you're going to want to pay close attention to. And I'm warning you right now, this is a doozy of a lesson. I'm going to try and go fast, but at the same time, I don't want to go fast because I want to be able to get the information across to you. But basically, it's all about creating your offer. So we talked about choosing your niche. This is all about creating your offer. And if you pick your niche and you pick your offer and then you get some traffic, that's the business in a nutshell. So pick your niche. Right now, we're going to talk about getting your offer. So your ability to sell and scale will totally depend on your offer. And basically, it's the bait that you're going to go fishing with. So it's a big deal, right? As always, if you have any questions, just let me know in the comment section below. And then I want to make sure that you get this right. This is a big deal, so I want to make sure it's crystal clear. Ready? Okay, here we go. Let's dive in. So a big mistake that I've seen a lot of digital marketing agency owners do is they simply say that they're open for business. They figuratively open the doors for business, and guess what? Crickets. Or worse, they hear someone like me saying that they should advertise to get some initial business coming in, and they do, but they don't have a clear offer. So they may get clicks, which costs them money, but nobody's taking the bait. So right now, I'm going to help you create a no-brainer offer that hooks new clients in month after month in less than 5 minutes, and it allows you to scale as big as you want. But first, there are a few things that we need to establish. First of all, we need to do some client homework. What is their biggest pain, right? When you think of business owners in your niche, what keeps them up at night? What's their current situation? Are they getting enough business? Are they getting enough of the right kind of business? If not, how much is it costing them? So for example, let's say a hair salon is running Groupon promotions to get some new clientele, but all of the people coming in are, let's call them cheap, and they do not return. So they come in for the Groupon, they take advantage of whatever it is, whatever discount it is, and they don't come back. So what you could do is you could offer to do a database reactivation or to run some ads and generate good qualified customers that will come back month after month. Your hair salon, if you do that, your hair salon owner is going to love you. Your hair salon client, okay? Your hair salon owner client. They are going to love you, okay? So what you want to do is find out about their ideal client or customer. What kind of jobs or services do they want? Whenever I'm on a sales call, one of my favorite questions to ask any business owner is, okay, Sally, pretend it's a Sunday night and you're looking at your work schedule for the week and it's full of this kind of service or job or project or whatever. What would that be? Maybe it's because there's a lot of profit margin. Maybe it's something that you can do fast. Maybe it's something that you and the team are just plain good at. So this is something to think about as you talk to these business owners. You want to do your homework. You want to look online, read forums, watch YouTube videos, interview real business owners, and then you'll need to do this for what we're going to do throughout the rest of this lesson, okay? So, question, right? After looking at the competition, you should have a pretty good idea of what you want to do. And ideally, you know what you would like to offer it, and if you're going to focus on one particular industry. Now comes the time for you to establish your service, or services. So first, ask yourself, how are you going to be different from the 10 million other digital marketing agencies out there? What's going to set you apart? Maybe it will be your particular service. Maybe it'll be your particular approach. Spend some time figuring out how you will stand out. This is important to think about because business owners are bombarded almost every day from big companies like Facebook, as well as all of the little companies, all trying to get them to spend money on marketing. Trust me, I myself get them. I get these emails like all the time, and I'm like, did you even check to see what kind of business I am before you spammed me, checking to see if I want SEO or Facebook ads or whatever? So what you got to do is be able to concisely distinguish what sets you apart and then how you will be able to benefit clients and help them decide help them decide to go with you over everyone else, if that makes sense. So we're going to talk about your USP, your unique selling proposition coming up. But you've got to think about right now, how are you going to be different? Okay. So your offering you should make it clear cut. So the same valuable service every single month, and it's something they need. It's duplicatable across niches and geography. It's easily outsourced, so it's easy to train your team. It's easily sold. Like the results speak for themselves. Like if you say, hey, we're going to get you on page 1 of Google, well, the results speak for themselves, right? By the way, I wouldn't lead with that in traditional SEO unless you want to be a traditional SEO agency, but I would lead with that if you're going to be doing Google My Business or Google Business Profile, as they call it now. Because that is something that you can do. And you can say, we can get your business on page 1, and it just happens to be their Google profile. It doesn't have to be their website, right? That's old school. Okay, so random side note. And then finally, is it easy to get and show results? So the faster, the better. So now what you need to think about is, what do they really need? What does your target audience need? What if they got this one thing, would that really help grow their business? I mean, the answer is easy. Like, it's sales. Whatever that looks like for them, a booked hair appointment, a new solar install, a tooth implant, whatever it is, what they need is sales. They want to sell their products and services. So what services can you offer that lead to that for them? So here's a list of common services that most businesses need, regardless of their particular industry. And I'm going to say a big fat disclaimer is that no two businesses are the same, and you need to make sure that what you offer the client is something that they actually need, okay? So this will lead to good client retention, and that leads to referrals. So not only do you have a bigger lifetime value with each client, but they're happy. So they're going to refer you out to their friends and fellow business owners in the same industry. So I'm going to show you the next screen, but don't think that what I have in the list that I'm going to show you is all inclusive or perfect for every single client out there. It's not. It depends on their industry and their goals. And of course, it depends on what services you actually choose to offer in your agency. You have to use your best judgment based on what you know of your niche. But this is just to get you brainstorming, okay? So there's my disclaimer. Now I'll show you what it is. Services for most clients, okay? So for most businesses that generate anywhere from $500,000 a year in revenue to at least $10 million a year, maybe more, they need the following. And I broke these into foundation, build, dominate. You can call them whatever you want. You can call them friendly, friendlier, friendliest. You can call them big, medium, small. You whatever label you want to give them. Maybe it's niche specific, right? Maybe it's for hair salon, maybe it's cut and then cut and color and then cut, color, and ombre. I don't know, whatever. Whatever you want to go with. But here's how it basically breaks down. The foundation is something that everyone needs, no matter what. If they're a business and they're online, they need this. They need to capture what's already there, like the lost revenue, the revenue that they're missing out on because they don't have their nets out. You want to make sure that they're accurate and they're attractive. Before you have them spend any money on ads or SEO or anything, they need to build their foundation first, and that starts with their Google business profile, reviews, company listings and directories, website design funnels, blah, blah, blah. All that stuff. That is their foundation, okay? From there, you want to level up. So that's where you want to start driving leads. You can do this via ads like Google or Facebook. Of course, it's based on the client's industry. And then you can do automated lead nurture. So that's the texting, SMS, email marketing, website chat, qualification forms, the whole thing. This is where you're also going to want to maybe introduce some SEO, but it really depends on your particular industry. Okay, and then the next level up is dominate. So that's everything from the first two, but then you're also going to include some lead nurture, like newsletters, special offers, that kind of thing, a marketing dashboard, content. That's where you're going to introduce blogs and email marketing and social media. But again, that's like they're paying the big bucks. That's like the whole works. So you can even structure your packages based on the above. So you can call them whatever you want. But the foundation is what every business needs no matter what. They need a good website and funnel. If they want to grow, they need to do leads and all the rest in the build package. But then if they want to be out their competition, they need the dominate package. So you can keep the above in mind as you come up with your own service offering. It may be incorporated into your branding. The main point is to be flexible. Make sure you're offering something that the client really needs. Okay, to do that, we're going to talk about this now, your USP, your unique selling proposition. So now that you've had a chance to check out the competition and create your own unique service offerings, you need to figure out your own unique messaging. This is called your unique selling proposition or proposal, some people say, USP, right? This is what sets you apart from the thousands of other digital marketing businesses all vying for attention. Keep in mind, you and I are technically competitors, but we're not really, right? Because as I've already mentioned, there's millions of business owners out there. There's more than enough fish in the pond, but there are a lot of digital marketing agencies, right? So how can you be distinct? How can you be different from me? And how can you and I be different from the next agency over? So this is something that, you need to set yourself apart. So when you think about this, can you do something better than others? Do you already have an experience in a particular industry that could give you an advantage? Think about what you can do uniquely better than the rest, and then write it out in one sentence. For example, based on your past experience in the medical industry. This is just an example. Let's say you have a good understanding of how independent family doctor offices run. And you know that they need foot traffic, but they choke when it comes to marketing online. So you could decide to specialize in Google business profile and management and reputation management. So your unique selling proposition then could be that you help locally based doctors get on the map and then get found more in the local online searches. So your USP is your answer for when someone asks you, so what do you do? And you should be ready to go with your USP as your answer. It should be a nice, easy to remember, benefit-rich one-liner. And it immediately shows that there's a big payoff to working with you. So somebody says, so, hey, John, what do you do? And you say, oh, well, we help niche, right? Automatically get more customer reviews. So in this case, you could say, well, we actually help doctors, right? That's what I said. We help small doctors' offices automatically get more customer reviews, which increases the amount of phone calls they get. Or we drive leads to your business and automatically book them in your work calendar. Or we automate all of your communication with prospects and get them booked into your schedule. So you say it quickly in one line and then let them naturally go to the next question if they've been intrigued by that, which hopefully they do. And usually the next question is, how much does it cost? So you can simply tell them or first show them how it's a no-brainer to work with you. Ideally, it's a 10x return for them. So, for example, if you drive leads to hair salons, you could say, by working with us, most hair salons get 10 to 20 new clients a month, all looking for, and that's where you fill in a specific service like color, cut and color, style, whatever that is. Something that usually that hair salon really wants to sell. So the client can usually do the math. So let's say you say, by working with us, most hair salons get 10 to 20 new clients a month, all looking for a cut and color. So basically, they're thinking, oh, wow, I would love to have 10 to 20 new clients a month. And then when you say your price, they're already thinking it's a no-brainer because they're thinking, geez, if I got 10 new clients all paying me $300 a month for their cut and color, geez, that's $3,000 more in revenue a month. Then when you say their price, you could even say, well, the client says, how much do your services cost? And you say, well, first, let me ask you, how much revenue does each client or customer represent? And the client could say, well, usually about $5,000. I mean, for a hair salon, let's say that's the annual amount that a client will be worth to the hair salon. So They might not know actually exactly. You might have to dig a little bit, and this will depend on the industry. So, example for solar, it's a big one-time purchase, but it's a big purchase. But for hair salons, it's going to be a lot of small, consistent sales over years. So the lifetime value could actually be the same, or could even be more in the case of a hair salon. It just depends on their numbers. So you just have to dig. Ask them some questions. So for every new client that comes in, let's say it means $5,000 in new business to you. And you could ask that. Is that fair, Sally? For every new customer that comes in, that means $5,000 in new revenue to you? And Sally says yes. And then you say, well, that's great because one of our primary services that we offer, hair salons, is just $500 a month. Is that something you'd be interested in? And then, keep in mind this is an example, but they're thinking, geez, yeah, for every new customer I get, that's $5,000, and this guy's only charging me $500. Yeah, of course that's a no-brainer. Of course it's worth it. Again, this is just an example, but you get what I'm saying. So make it so that it's a no-brainer. Show them that, that you know their industry and that you know that your services are a necessary part of their business. And always think in terms of return on investment for them, and you will always win. So that leads you to this. I didn't know a better way to put this. This is just a lot to put on a screen, and so I'm sorry. But basically, I wanted you to have a snapshot of this, and I'll put it below in the notes, but I wanted you to have this. So basically, what is happening here is when a prospect is curious, they might ask you a few more questions, and maybe they say, well, what do you do? Then you tell them that's your line, that you should have memorized, and say that with total confidence. And then when they say, well, how does that work, or something like that, then you say this. And then you could say, something like this. Well, you know how dentists often struggle getting a predictable flow of new patients, especially in a market that sometimes feels saturated? Oh, yeah. And maybe they've spent a lot of money on mailers and ads that just don't seem to work? Yeah. It's frustrating, and we don't think it's right for dental professionals who are already busy enough to get stuck with less than great patients or no new patients at all. We feel that they deserve to get high-quality patients booking appointments already pre-qualified and ready to get work done. Well, we actually have a suite of systems and tools that first automatically turn all of their past patients into 5-star reviews and gives them the best reputation to make them look like the dominant dental provider in the area. Then our tools go to work pre-qualifying those prospective patients and even booking them into the schedule. Then what you do is stop talking and then let them talk next. And of course, this is probably a bit wordy. You should maybe chunk it down a little bit, and it's just an example, but you can follow this model with your own niche. And in fact, you're going to use it when it comes to sales, which we'll get to. This is actually one of my favorites. So just wanted to quickly go over that. Again, I'll put it in the notes, but it's something that you should recite and practice and have ready to go when you're talking to business owners, in this case, dentists, like I said, or hair salon owners or roofers or whoever you end up working with. So some initial offer ideas. You want to think about your initial offer, and don't worry because you can always change this up later. This isn't quite like a niche. You actually should probably be willing to try out a few different offers in your niche just to see which one sticks, and then always be willing to test and try. As a good marketing professional, you're going to test and track results all the time and try new things. But for now, here are some things to think about with your offer. It should have one or more of the following. Like a big promise. So example is 10 appointments in 30 days. It should have some risk reversal in there, or we'll work for free or give you a full refund or whatever. Basically, I'm giving you exactly what you want without any risk. That's what we're going for here. Maybe you have a unique mechanism using our super cool influencer system and toolkit. There's some urgency in there, like all within 30 days. And then maybe you offer some bonuses, bundle, plus we'll do maps, SEO, and the monthly database reactivation. And then, of course, you guarantee inquiries, appointments, phone calls, shows, whatever. So instead of saying, this is just a little example at the bottom, instead of saying, I'll help you reactivate your database, you could say something like, I'll get you 20 new exclusive leads in under 30 days with 0 ad spend guaranteed. Like that seems to be all of a sudden a no-brainer. A business owner is going to be like, well, yeah, sure, let's do that. So you could offer getting on the first page of Google. Of course, like I said, Google Business Profile, not the old school SEO. That's too hard. You could offer reviews, database for reactivations, leads, revenue, the whole thing. Just think about if you were a business owner, which one would you go for? So now the key is to put all of these in a happy little formula. So, big promise, 10 appointments in 30 days, or we'll work for free or give you a full refund, or $500 for wasting your time using our special super duper influencer toolkit in 30 days, blah, blah, blah. So here's some happy little formulas that you can use. X to Y in time frame or with money back guarantee, or X to Y without Z time frame money back guarantee. X to Y through proprietary recipe, super cool system in 30 days, or get your 20 new implant patients if you're a dentist without spending a ton of money on ads through our super cool dental process, proprietary dental only. I'm just making this up, which it's going to be based on your niche and you want to make it sound good, okay? Or get 20 new exclusive leads, or if you know the math on those leads, like that every new lead can lead to $5,000 in income, in revenue for that business, you could say get 5 new you could say get $25,000 in new revenue with no ad spend in 30 days or you don't pay. For most business owners, they're going to be like, okay, is this guy for real? Like, you almost want it to be a little bit unbelievable because they'll think, okay, what is this? You want to strike at their curiosity. But then when you offer these money back guarantees, it kind of takes that risk away. Okay, so you want to do the risk removal. So let's check this out. If you were a dentist and you saw these different ads, which one would you choose? Like, just look at both of them. On the left, they're both obviously related to dental. They're happy little colors. They're good images. On the one on the left says, "I'll help you reactivate your database." Okay. Yeah. I don't. Can you do that? Can we even? Is that going to work? And then the one on the right says 20 new patients. First of all, you got the guy, the doctor, dentist, pointing at that. So your eyes are drawn to the copy. It says 20 new patients in under 30 days guaranteed or you don't pay. Text us 123. So it's got a call to action. It's got a risk reversal, right? It's got a timeline, 30 days, and it's stating what they're going to get. So obviously, if you're a dentist, the one that's going to be more appealing to you is the one on the right. Okay. So, big question. Do I offer a money back guarantee? Long story short, yes. Why? A few reasons. For starters, one, with most payment processors like Stripe, credit cards, etc., it's often possible for customers to get a refund on their purchase. Not all the time, especially if you've got all your documentation in place and you can demonstrate that you actually delivered what you said you were going to do. But it doesn't matter. It's not usually worth the fight. So instead of trying to fight it, you might as well roll with it and then just use it to your advantage. So most product-based companies offer a refund. People love buying stuff from Amazon and Costco because you can pretty much always return it no matter what. But what that doesn't translate to, so a lot of product-based companies will offer a refund, but most service-based companies do not, simply for the fact that they have to pay for their people to do real work. Service-based companies don't have the luxury of just a product sitting on their shelf that they're like, oh, well, this guy didn't like it, so just give him their money back. They have actually people doing the work, and they've got to pay those people. So that money's got to come from somewhere. It's billable hours. It costs money. So if the service business are just refunding all the time, obviously they'd quickly go out of business. Fortunately, most people are honest, and if they can see you're trying, you're going to be okay. And this leads to the second point, which is that by offering a guarantee, it shows confidence in your own ability to actually do what you say you're going to do. If a prospect is comparing two different agencies to work with, both offering similar services, then they'll go with the one with a guarantee. I mean, wouldn't you? If you had two agencies and they both said, "Hey, we will get you 20 new exclusive leads for your business this month." And they both said that, but then the second one said, "We'll get you 20 new exclusive leads this month, or you don't pay, or we'll give you your money back, or we'll give you $500 for wasting your time." Well, it's like, well, obviously that's the one you're going to go with. So here's my happy little guy that I always use to say, but Sean, what happens what if something happens and I really can't get done what I said I would do? Okay, that makes sense, but you can roll with that too. In fact, this is a chance to show your customer service and your integrity and your honesty. By the way, I haven't ever mentioned that yet in this course, but I hope that you're in this industry, that you're playing by all the rules. I hope that you're playing by Google's rules, and I hope that you're being honest, because this is just a little side rant, but your business is not going to grow very quickly if you're not honest. This is a very word of mouth friendly business. And if you do a good job for your clients, you're going to get referrals from your clients. Trust me, I've gone years without doing any active marketing or advertising, and I have still grown, all based entirely on the referrals that my clients have given me. So it's a big, big deal. Okay. Honesty always wins. Do good work. Get that going for your people. Okay. Side rant over. Okay. So, back to this. So what happens if I really can't get done what I said I was going to do? I guaranteed I don't want to have to give this guy his money back. Well, let's say that you get a new client. And then for the first month of services, your client's onboarded, they're ready to go. And let's say that you promise to land them on page 1 of Google through their Google business profile, right? So your team does the work and they move up all the way from page 4 to the top of page 2. They're much higher than they were before, but they just didn't make it to page 1. So on day 31, when you do a review with them, you can say something like, "Well, John, we gave it our best effort and we got you from page 4 all the way to the top of page 2, but you know what? We didn't do what we guaranteed, so we're going to go ahead and process your refund. But while I've got you on the phone, would you like to hear what other clients in your situation have done?" That demonstrates your level of integrity. You're processing a refund for them because, you didn't do it. So they're like, no. And oftentimes they'll be like, it's okay. It's okay. But yes, I would like to hear what other people do. And then you can go into, your secondary sales pitch, which is to, well, look at what we did and then look at all these other results we also happen to get you this first month. And if we just stay the course, we'll get you to where you want to go. And it works like a charm. And people, I have to say, going back to the honesty thing, for some reason, there's just a lot of shady characters in the digital marketing space. A lot of them are not based in, let's say, the Queen's realm or the United States. And it makes it tricky for the rest of us. So when you show up and you're an honest person and you're talking with these business owners, they're already inundated with so many marketing agencies all vying for their attention. So when you show up and you're an honest person and you're willing to give them their money back, they want to hold on to you, I promise. So just to finally wrap this lesson up, I know this is a big one, but you've got some homework. So what you want to do is brainstorm your initial offer. And then if you're following along with the course checklist, which I hope you are, I hope you printed that sucker out and you're just cruising along with it, create your initial no-brainer, your no-brainer offer, your USP, and write out your elevator pitch. So we're going to need this going forward when we start trying to drive sales for your own business. But this one was a big one. I know I went fast. I hope that you're putting me on 2x speed, but I still try to go fast for you because there's a lot of information. We're trying to move fast. But if you have any questions, if you have any comments, post them below. Of course, I am here to help you. I want to make sure that this is all crystal clear for you. Okay? I will see you in the next lesson.